Hello again, everyone. Original Blood is back again, and we are continuing with the theme that today is let's have or what do I want to call it? National, fuck your fans over day. I don't fucking know. This time we're talking Destiny and Bungie, and more specifically, Luke Smith, who is the director or something or other at Bungie right now. He was with Halo and whatnot. I remember him back in the Reach days with the beta vidocs and everything. I swear to God, so many companies these days are having a fucking contest with each other to see who can fuck up the most, who can fuck up royally the best. And it just makes you scratch your head and say, how the fuck did I get into this alternate reality? Because no one with a clear conscience would do any of these things that these companies are doing. Now, Bungie here has sure come up with a wallop. It's a fucking bastard. Here we go, though. So, Destiny fans are revolting. I mean, first of all, I don't know why there's any Destiny fans left. I got to level 34. I'm good. Don't need to play it again. But because the company wants them to pay $80 to buy something they already have. Now you're thinking, what are you talking about? Don't worry. I'll get into it. I'll explain it. So, coming off a successful week at E3, Bungie, the creators of Halo and Destiny, is facing a PR disaster after one of the game's creative directors defended the price tag of the new Destiny expansion coming this fall, called The Taken King. The Taken King, which will offer new missions, gear, weapons, and more. So the interview between Luke Smith, Bungie's creative director, on The Taken King, and Eurogamer's Tom Phillips was an absolute disaster, and Destiny fans are incensed. Now, let me explain how this works. Basically, if you have not bought Destiny at all, then you're okay. But say you're like me. Say you're a person who's been on Destiny or had Destiny since day one, since launch, right? Now, this expansion, The Taken King, is the third DLC, not part of the Season Pass. So, if you want to get this DLC, I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. Because let's scroll down. Let's look at this. For background, Bungie is selling The Taken King in 4 different packages when it arrives on September 15th. The $40 download of The Taken King, which I still don't really fully understand that, but whatever. The Legendary Edition DLC, which, why do we have Legendary Limited Collector's Edition of DLC now? I mean, what kind of ludicrous way of thinking is that? Not only is there limited edition hard copies, now we're doing limited edition DLC? Are you so fucking greedy, Bungie, that Microsoft's not lining your pockets anymore? What is going on? Anyway, $60 version, Legendary Edition DLC, includes the original game. That's right, the actual whole Destiny game. You would be buying the whole game again, and the first 2 expansions plus the new DLC. The $80 Collector's Edition includes the original game, first 2 expansions, the new King, a steel book with personal notes, illustrations, artifacts, 3 class items that give your character experiences bonuses when worn, or bonus experiences, your character experience bonuses when worn, 3 armor shaders, 3 classic specific emotes, which could be either get gesture or dance moves, and then the digital collector's thing. Let me explain this to you. The $80 collector's edition has these exclusive things in it. The only way you can get these exclusive things is by getting the $80 collector's edition. The steelbook cover, which who fucking really cares, the 3 class items that give your character experience bonuses when worn, the armor shaders, the 3 class specific emotes are all exclusive to the $80 collector's edition DLC expansion pass. So, if you want the content that is locked in your damn fucking game, because we know this is all disc locked content, because the first DLC was, the second DLC was, and not necessarily all of this one is, but most of The Taken King is dislocked content. Now, Say you were like, oh, I'm looking forward to this DLC. That's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is, if you want all of this content, right? You want to be like, oh, I was planning on getting the DLC. Oh, I get all these weapons and abilities and emotes and all this cool thing. Cool, cool. Wrong. You were thinking fucking $40 is already expensive enough for one DLC, which was the price of both the first and second DLC combined. Now they're charging the full $40 for just the regular one, or just for one DLC. But they're charging you $80. And if you want all this stuff, you have to be spending $80 to buy the entire fucking game again. And the 2 expansions you've already paid for. Talk about double dipping. Bungie, what the fuck is wrong with you? What in your right mind makes this a smart business move? Oh, sure, I'm sure people want to spend $80 again and have 2 copies of the game just to get, 5 or 6 exclusive things that the only way they can get is by buying everything all over again. Like, if anyone out there, unless you're fucking rich, who you're like, oh, I can spend money for days, it doesn't bother me. If for the average gamer out there, if you buy this $80 collector's edition, I swear to God, you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking troglodyte. You have no benefit to being in this existence at all. You need to die. There is no benefit to your existence being on this planet. None at all. You add nothing. You only take away oxygen from the rest of us. That's literally it. And Luke Smith was all, oh, well, it's the biggest DLC we've released so far. Yeah, well, the other ones were dislike content. All you did was unlock those. Most of this one is probably as well. And Luke Smith was saying people are going to be excited and they're going to be throwing, the whole meme about, oh, take my money, I'm throwing it at my computer. Bungie is saying that they think people are going to be doing that. That people are going to be like jumping up and down in joy, or for joy, throwing their money at Bungie and just be like, oh, give me, here's your money. Really? Really now? You honestly think that people who have still, for some reason, to this day, stuck around with the horrible shit fest that is known as Destiny, you think they're going to just say, here's $80? Give me everything all over again? And again, if you haven't bought Destiny and you were one of those people who are like, oh, I'll wait for all the content to happen, then this is a good deal for you. But if you already have the game, you are royally fucked over. Like, I don't even think, dare I say, we could combine every bad thing EA, Ubisoft, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony has ever fucking done in history. I don't think it even compares to this one thing. I don't know if this was Bungie's idea. I don't know if this was Activision's idea. But this is absolutely ludicrous. There is not, and I'm sure somewhere out there's going to be a Destiny fanboy, a Bungie fanboy who is so delusional from being covered in, having those shit goggles on where he's wearing goggles and it's just covered in Bungie shit and they can't see anything. They're going to defend this. They're going to be like, oh, well, no one's forcing you to have to buy this. No shit. If they were forcing you, then it'd be a fucking lawsuit. But to fucking say, oh, you want these few extra bonus things? Well, you gotta pay us money for everything all over again. That is absolutely atrocious, disgusting, despicable, pathetic, and worthless. Like, what the hell happened to you, Bungie? What the fucking hell? And Luke Smith, have you been hanging out with Phil Fish or something? Like, who thought, oh, everyone who plays my game on YouTube should be paying me money? Like, I loved you guys, Bungie, with the Halo games. I loved your history of, you started off as a group of friends, playing games, making games. That's very close to how I am. And lo and behold, you just blow yourself up. You just kill your reputation. You just stab yourself, and you're like, it's like you're high on drugs, and you accidentally stabbed yourself, and you're like, oh, that felt good. Let's do it again. And you just keep stabbing yourself. Like, what are you doing? Wake the fuck up! And you want to support Destiny, the franchise, for 10 years, whether that's actual, like, for 10 years worth of content you keep adding to Destiny, or whether it's Destiny 2 and 3, or whatever. You really think that your, quote, fans, not the fanboys, your fans, are going to stick around? You're fucking delusional. I don't have anything more to say. What is going on with companies these days? Bungie, like, you can't do this. I mean, you can. It's your fucking game. You can do what you want, but I mean, it's absolutely degrading. It's treating your fans like crap. Do you think that people are like, oh, I got 80 extra bucks. I was just waiting to buy everything all over again. I'm a collector. I like to have 2 copies of each game, one that's opened and one that's never opened. Like, what is your logical thinking? There is no. What is your illogical thinking? That's how I should phrase it. Please explain to me. And you can't say, oh, well, people are excited. It's our biggest DLC ever. So what? So what? $80 for DLC. Introducing, I'm pretty sure this is the first time ever, correct me if I'm wrong, someone in the comments, but correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time any game, to my knowledge, has had a legendary edition, like the regular DLC, a legendary edition of the DLC, and a collector's edition, and a digital collector's edition. I mean, what? Next thing there's going to be, oh, there's a limited edition pre-order, there's a collector's edition pre-order, there's, the legendary collector's edition, or pre-order, and it's like, what's next? What the fuck is next? I just don't understand what has contaminated the gaming industry, because there's something out there that's just absolutely wearing away at people and their sanity. I don't know if it's a company that's partnered up with a publisher, but I don't know. I just don't. All I know is I still fully trust Miyamoto. I still fully trust Retro Studios, Monolith Soft, Shinen, and those, select companies. Even Rocksteady's been starting to get a little shaky, but their Arkham Knight game is still fucking amazing. Except for the overuse of the Batmobile, but either way, my god, I'm getting a headache from the amount. Like, I feel every human being's, IQ points dropping a point each and every minute. And soon, we're going to be back into the caveman days. This is like caveman. Imagine back then, them being like, oh, I give you rock fur stick. And then the next time, the guy's like, can I have a new stick? Or can I have a new rock? And the guy's like, yeah, that'll be 100 sticks. And the guy's like, but it was only one last time. That's what's fucking happening here. Bungie, you're not Apple. You can't overcharge because of your name. Because everyone knows Apple's products are way overpriced for what they are, or what they take, or what they are to make. Look at what happened with Sony. And I'm getting off topic here, but that's exactly what happened with Sony's markets and divisions. They thought that they could use their name and keep the same high prices without innovating. And it failed them. Apple's the only one that's gotten away with it because there's so many fucking Apple fanboys. Anyway, what is going on with companies in the gaming industry? I don't understand any of this fucking anarchy, any of this fucking chaos. I'm done with this video. I'm Original Blood Ace. As always, stay tuned. More videos coming soon. We'll see you then.